What's going on, everybody? Free here with a brand new series. Over the time I've had this channel and been uploading viddles, I've been uploading videos. I've had a lot of people ask me, why do I choose what I choose, and why am I doing this, or why am I wearing that? And I figured I'd upload a basically a showcase of all my favorite builds for sorcery, pyromancy, faith, and a couple other ones. Um, I won't show any PvP footage in these build showcases, but I will be uploading some dueling videos, PvP videos, and I'll be sure to use the favorite builds and everything. I just wanted to talk about why I chose what I chose and everything, and how this build basically became what it is. I've revived. Um, Actually, let me first start off. This is my Pyromancy PvP build. It's my Maka build from Soul Eater. In the beginning, it wasn't based off of Maka from Soul Eater. I just really liked the dexterity weapons. Once I heard that dexterity decreases casting time, I was fucking all over it. This build that's its main bread motherfucking butter. It has 45 dexterity. I have 16 strength to wield a claymore as well with this build. I like to switch it up. I usually either have a Balder side sword or a S-stock in my other hand. But mainly for the main part, I use the Great Scythe. The Great Scythe is just an awesome dexterity weapon. What it boils down to is this build is maximized for its damage potential, and it has a lot of personal preferences. I just like the Great Scythe because it looks fucking awesome, and then it deals a massive amount of damage with 45 dexterity. Especially if you go balls to the wall and make a crystal Great Scythe, it's even more fucking damage. But this build, like I said, is my Pyromancy PvP. I guess the first skill I'll talk about is Fire Surge. Fire Surge, in my opinion, has to be the most versatile skill in the game. Period. This is my opinion. Of course, you guys are gonna have your own opinion, but in my opinion, Fire Surge is just an amazing skill. Pyromancy altogether is just an awesome way to go, because you don't even have to invest points into intelligence or faith like with sorceries or faith spells or anything. You don't even have to invest points into dexterity if you don't want to. But if you don't invest point into it, the casting time will take longer to cast. But with Fire Surge, it doesn't matter about the dexterity. Fire Surge is just an awesome skill. I mean, this skill, I use this skill for when people get up in my face. I just blast them back, or if I need to keep them at a certain distance and keep them on their toes, I just lay down on it. Now, when I first started my Pyromancy build, I only had one stack of Fire Surge. Now I usually have 2 stacks for my PvP Maka build, because 2 stacks is just, I could just lay on it basically forever and just keep them on their toes, keep them at a distance. I could force them to walk in a certain direction, like, like go to the side and then chuck a Great Chaos Fireball wherever they're gonna land, like I've explained in my combo vids. But my main setup is Fire Surge. You don't really have to have Great Chaos Fireball. I constantly switch from having 2 Great Fireballs or a Great Chaos Fireball. It's back and forth with PvP and this build. I just like the Great Chaos Fireball because of the lava, and then after I chuck the Great Chaos Fireball, I always rush up to do a running R1 attack. No matter what, I always blindly like going there. I basically it's not 100% that your fireballs are always gonna land, but I don't even want to risk it. If I can land that massive damage after hitting them with a fireball, it's definitely worth it. Like, I always do the rush up attack, and then I also like the Great Chaos. I prefer the Great Chaos Fireball over the 2 Great Fireballs because of I could just chuck it at the ground, say if I'm getting my ass whooped, and then just hide in the lava and cast Fire Tempest. But the next skill is Great Combustion. This is just an awesome skill. There's so many combos you could pull off with Great Combustion, like a kick and then spam it, and then you could chuck a Great Chaos Fireball at their face and then rush up and then do another Great Combust. It's just there's a lot of possibilities with Combust in this build, in my opinion. You can also wield a katana with this build, because I do have 16 strength, And as you know, like with the fast weapons like the falchion or any of those curved weapons or daggers or spears, you could throw a kick and then land a hit. That was not a kick. Let's try that again. There we go, that's a kick. But and then the last skill, Fire Tempest, as you just saw, just an awesome area of effect skill. This build, I love dueling in the Berg with this build, since the Berg is such a closed space, and with Fire Surge, you'll always have your opponent's back against the wall. Most of the time, I'm not gonna be like, oh, this is the fucking shit. You ain't never gonna die with this build. No, this is just my favorite build. I absolutely fucking love Pyromancy. If you aren't familiar with the channel, I I favor Pyromancy, but I do have a crap ton of other build videos. I think I've tried like almost every build out here in Dark Souls. But going over to the weapons, I usually like to keep a secondary weapon just for PvP so I can switch it up. Say I'm fighting a guy and none of my pyromancies are landing. I'm just having a bad day. I like how I can just switch up from the great side to the Balder side sword, or a S-stock or curved weapon, Quolog's Fury sword. I'll switch it up and do some just pure melee for a little bit, and then I'll try to hit him with the rest of the pyro. But for the majority of the time, I'm gonna be laying down on Fire Surge. I've seen so many videos where people are using Fire Surge, but they just spray it like once or twice, and that's it. Like, I lay on this shit. This is my fucking bread and butter. I will lay down on this forever. And this skill, I forgot to mention too, this skill is perfect. Say they're at a low health, you can just walk them the fuck down. I've gotten so many kills that way with just walking them down when they're on low health with Fire Surge. I cannot stress Fire Surge enough. If you're a pyromancer and you don't have Fire Surge, I highly recommend that fucking skill. This skill is so awesome. Now for armor wise and everything else, I like to I usually try to stick to a basic guideline for my PvP builds. I try to have 53 or 56 poise. Now with 53 poise, you'll be able to take a two-handed regular attack from a greatsword, and then 56 poise will allow you to take a running two-handed attack from a greatsword. And I figured anything higher than 56, you might as well try to go for a 77. But like I said with this build, I like to have personal preferences, and I really love the dark armor chest piece because after watching Soul Eater, I was like, that fucking fits this build to a T. And to help increase the damage potential of this build, I like to rock the Crown of Dusk. But I usually on my builds, I'll rock a wolf ring with the Hollow Soldier waistcloth and the Elite Knight gauntlets or gloves or whatever they're called. But like I said, it boils down to personal preference. I just like the way the dark armor chest piece looks. But other than that, I usually try to stick with either the dark hand or the heater shield. I really like the dark hand since it has really good magic defense, since there's a crap ton of people out there that just spam that dark bead and all the other magics and whatnot, and it's just a really good shield. The other alternative would be the heater shield, but it does weigh a little bit more, so you'll probably have to have a little bit more endurance. But yeah, like I said earlier, I like to rock the claymore, all the curved weapons. I like to switch it up constantly, but I mainly stick to the great scythe and the baller side sword for my PvP builds. The ring of favor and protection is up to you. I just personally, I love this. It increases the stamina, equip load, and vitality. It's just an awesome fucking ring. And also too, I don't know, forgot to mention, I like to equip the gold pine risen at the beginning of the match, and then say if I'm getting my ass whooped, I need a toggle, it's okay. Just go farm for the gold pine resin from those two giant mushrooms in the forest area there where the Forest Hunter Covenant is. But other than that, obviously have a ascended pyromancy flame. But other than that, I think that's about it. I did say earlier that I wasn't going to show any PvP footage, but I think I kind of have to. I'll just show a little bit just to give you guys an idea, and we'll get to that right now. Alright, just to show you guys and give you guys an idea of how I utilize this build with Fire Surge and all the mechanics and try to pull off some combos. This was just the very first invasion. I haven't dueled in like forever, seriously. But this is just to give you guys an idea of how I rock this build. I can't stress Fire Surge enough. I absolutely love that skill. And another thing too with Fire Surge, say if they're trying to backstab fish and you lay on Fire Surge, there's a good chance that it'll cancel the backstab. You see, forcing them to walk in a certain direction, and that fireball, it was a little bit off, and then I rush up with the running R1, and then try a kicking off the kick then land, so I won't go for combust. Lay on that Fire Surge, try to. I hate when that happened. I toggled so fast that it recasted what I casted earlier. That's so annoying, but hopefully this gave you an idea.